What if I told you that one of the most pivotal battles of World War II was fought not on land, sea, or air, but in the realm of deception? Yes, you heard it right. The theater of war was not always about the roar of cannons and the thunder of bombs. Sometimes it was a silent battlefield, where the weapons were cunning plots and intricate ruses. During the Second World War, deception became an art form, a clandestine dance of smoke and mirrors. Various operations were conducted, each more daring than the last, and all under a veil of secrecy. These operations ranged from creating phantom armies to broadcasting false radio traffic, and even in one extraordinary case, resorting to a corpse carrying misleading documents. This brings us to one such audacious plan, a stratagem of such ingenuity that it has etched its name in history, a scheme that duped the enemy and turned the tide of war. Today we delve deep into the ingenious and daring Operation Mincemeat. The heroes of this tale are not living soldiers, but a single dead man. In the grand scheme of Operation Mincemeat, the selection of the corpse was a task of utmost importance. The British intelligence needed a body that could withstand the scrutiny of German officials and pass off as a drowned officer. The man chosen was Glyndwr, a vagrant who had died from eating rat poison. His unfortunate demise provided the perfect cover, as it left no visible signs of death, mimicking the effects of drowning. The decision was not taken lightly, but with deep respect for the man who would posthumously serve his country in a most peculiar way. The corpse was dressed in the uniform of a Royal Marine, carrying the rank of acting major. It was to be the embodiment of a fictitious persona, carrying misleading information straight into enemy lines. This was not just any corpse, it was to become a man with a mission. Creating a convincing lie requires great attention to detail. And so it was with Operation Mincemeat. The corpse wasn't just a body, it was a character, a persona. The British intelligence created Major William Martin, a man who didn't exist, but who had to be real enough to fool the enemy. They meticulously crafted a backstory for Major Martin, a Royal Marines officer. They gave him a fiancée, complete with love letters. They added personal items, a photograph, a bill overdue for payment, a stern letter from his father, even a pair of spectacles. Each detail adding credibility to their creation. These objects were not just props. They were the bricks that built the wall of deception. Every detail mattered. The Germans weren't just reading documents, they were looking into a man's life. They needed to believe in Major Martin, in his existence, in his mission. And they did. They fell for the ruse, hook, line, and sinker. The Allies had created a persona so convincing that it fooled a nation. Thus was born Major William Martin, a man who never was. The stage was set, the actors ready, and the Trojan horse was prepared. The operation's heart lay in its meticulously crafted documents, a concoction of deception and truth that would trip the Axis powers into a false sense of security. The team created an array of paperwork, from personal letters to official military documents, all pointing towards an imminent Allied invasion of Greece and Sardinia, not Sicily. These documents were no ordinary forgeries. They were art, carefully designed to withstand the closest scrutiny. The letters contained heartfelt messages, the military documents bore authentic signatures, and the intelligence reports were laced with just enough truth to seem plausible. The genius of this plan lay in its simplicity. The Allies didn't need to convince the Axis powers of the invasion entirely. They just had to sow enough doubt to split their defenses. And so, these documents, this Trojan horse, was prepared to take the stage in this grand deception. With the bait set, it was time for the trap to be sprung. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or in this case, a single push into the sea. The corpse, now carrying the persona of Major William Martin, was set adrift. But the success of Operation Mincemeat relied not just on British ingenuity, but also on the whims of the sea. The currents would play a crucial role in delivering this deceptive message to the right audience. In a twist of fate, the sea was cooperative, leading the body towards the Spanish coast. Here, the Spanish, although officially neutral during the war, were known to share intelligence with the Germans. The body was found by a local fisherman, and from there, the carefully crafted documents of Major Martin began their journey through the ranks of the Spanish authorities. The British had taken a gamble, hoping that the Spanish would cooperate and pass the false information to the Germans. and it seemed their bet was paying off. But in this game of deception, nothing was certain. The British had played their hand, setting in motion a plan that, if successful, could change the course of the war. Now all they could do was wait. Sometimes the most effective weapon is the one the enemy doesn't see coming. In the case of Operation Mincemeat, that weapon was a carefully crafted lie. The Germans were successfully duped, their forces diverted to Greece and Sardinia, leaving Sicily vulnerable. The Allies seized the opportunity, liberating Sicily far more swiftly and with fewer losses than anticipated. The German High Command was left bewildered. They had been outsmarted, outmaneuvered, and they had fallen for one of the most audacious deceptions in military history. The fallout was significant, shaking the confidence of the German intelligence community. In the aftermath of the war, Operation Mincemeat received the recognition it deserved. The operation was hailed as a triumph of British ingenuity and daring, a testament to the power of deception. It was immortalized in novels and films, ensuring that the story of the man who never was would not be forgotten. The success of Operation Mincemeat was a testament to the power of cunning over brute force. It was a victory not of brute force, but of cunning and deception. Behind every great victory, there are unsung heroes. In the case of Operation Mincemeat, these were the officers and strategists who meticulously planned and executed the audacious ruse. Men like Rear Admiral John Godfrey and Lieutenant Commander Ian Fleming, whose memo sparked the entire operation. Their ingenuity lay not just in devising the plan, but also in the careful selection of a corpse, the creation of a convincing persona, and the intricate details woven into the deceptive documents. Then there were the countless other individuals who played their part, from the British agents who released the body into the sea, to the Spanish officials who unwittingly cooperated, passing the false intelligence to the Germans. Each person, knowingly or unknowingly, played a pivotal role. Finally, the success of Operation Mincemeat was also the result of the German military intelligence who fell for the ruse, shifting their reinforcements and thus sealing their own fate. In the shadows of war, they crafted a deception that shaped history, proving that indeed the pen can be mightier than the sword.